Hey, Sister Kate here. So I am at a local restaurant, and the reason, see it right over there, the reason that I'm doing this video is because I've been watching these other videos that are on YouTube, and they're archaeological. And one of the things I studied was Jamestown, because I've lived in that state before. And I'm always interested in the local history no matter where I live. But in this particular case, I was studying Jamestown, and a couple of things we need to look at about Jamestown. One was the people who were chosen to go to the colony were actually like looking for treasure or something, and were not agricultural types. So when they showed up, they were not really ready to not prepared to feed themselves or to put down crops. And in the first year that they were there, 100 showed up and 37 were alive by the next spring. It also talks to need to know a little bit about first aid, because diseases also, as well as hunger, and well, the natives were friendly in that time period, but just being in a different environment just overwhelmed what their knowledge base was. And then that was like the first year they were there. Then a relief ship was sent, and the relief ship had grain on it and extra food on it, but it also sent 600 settlers. They put in a crop, but the crop did not yield enough to feed everybody. The people who showed up were not prepared, and so they didn't plant a very good crop. Then the second ship came, and they had some supplies of them. They planted 7 acres of corn, and they actually harvested it, but 600 people came with them, and that was not enough food for all those people. And so first they ate their horses and their pets, and then as people died of starvation, they buried them, and instead of actually like killing the people to eat them, they dug up the dead bodies and butchered them and then ate them. So this is just one instance that I'm telling you so that you start to put a little more thought to your emergency preparations and to being self-sufficient as far as producing your own food and learning how to forage, etc., etc. Because when there is no infrastructure, you have to do these things yourself, and if you're not ready, you end up doing something like the Jamestown people. And it's not the only instance of that sort of thing. The movie that Moby Dick, the book, was based on was about whalers who went out, and a big sperm whale did attack their ship. There was a movie made with it. Chris Hemsworth was the star, and those sailors were out on the ocean, and for whatever reason they were in the wrong place or didn't have the equipment with them. They couldn't fish, and so they resorted to cannibalism also. And that's, you know, that's not a very proud way to think of how your country started, but it's a very good lesson in being prepared and getting off your rear end and not just thinking, well, somehow I'll find food, because places like that will not be available when an emergency happens, especially if it's worldwide. All right, bless you. Shalom.